Hello everybody, welcome and thank you for joining me today. It's a hot Tuesday here in Salt Lake City and I really appreciate you joining me. Today I've got something kind of fun. I like this process using the automation. I just think creating designs and showing you a little bit about how to create a design using Pattern Cad in the QCT Pro version. I just wanted to kind of show you that from step one, taking the picture of it after I've drawn it out, to quilting it. So I appreciate you joining me today. But before I get started, cute little Cody sent this little comment, but I thought it was really fun. It was really cute. It's way back in the day when they were introducing the Singer sewing machines, and this is advice from 1949 Singer Sewing Manual, and it says, never approach sewing with a sigh or lackadaisical attitude. Good results are difficult when indifference predominates. Never try to sew with the sink full of dishes or bed unmade. When there are urgent housekeeping chores, do these first so that your mind's free to enjoy the sewing. When you sew, make yourself as attractive as possible. Go through the beauty ritual of orderliness and have a clean dress. I like to eat and quilt, so have my drink there as possible. And it says, just be sure your hands are clean and fingernails are smooth, and a nail file and pumice will help. I know, it's just a cute Instagram. Just read it and enjoy it and have a good laugh on the Grace Company. So I quickly drew out this edge-to-edge design, okay? And so when you're creating an edge-to-edge design, your start and stop point should be really at an even level, or try to make it as even as possible. So I quickly drew this out. I started right here and wanted to end right here. So it was kind of on the same plane. So I just quickly did stars because we're getting to the 4th of July. And you could tell I had a struggle with this one star right here. You know what? We'll fix it in Pattern Cad. So I found this app, and it's a free download. What it will do is it'll allow you to take a picture and save it, email it to yourself, and then you can save this design in your pictures and pull it up in QuiltCAD. So I'm just going to go through the process. Here it is. It's loaded on my phone called Genius Scan. I'm just going to tap on it to open, and I'm opening it up. I want to load in a new design, so I'm just going to come down here to this plus, okay? So now it's going to take me to the camera. Just hover over this, and it's going to kind of take the picture for you. It took the picture, and I want to email it to me. And right here, I'm going to send it to Karla. You all know my email at graceframe.com. And then you tap on the little arrow to send it. And then I will get an email. And I'll just show you the email really quick. And so this is my picture, and I'm just going to save it into my pictures as a JPEG. And now we're going to get to the fun stuff. So I've already opened up my QCT5 in simulation mode. And when you are using Pattern Cad or Quilt Cad, until you're ready to go into select and sew or pantograph, you don't have to set your safe area. So now I'm going to tap on Pattern Cad, and now I've opened up my Pattern Cad window. All right, so this is my Pattern Cad screen. So I'm going to go across the top here, and I'm going to tap on my background and load image. And I'm going to come in here to my file folder that I saved it, and tap on my image and open. I'm going to start creating the design, and then I'm going to rotate it. Okay, over here in this section on my screen is what I'm going to use to design this cute little pattern. And I'm going to call it cute, okay? So I want to start drawing. So I'm going to click on my draw. I'm not going to use lines. I want to use these splines. So I want to tap on spline. And then I'm just going to come over here to my start point. And I'm just going to click and then drag. I want to drag it to that first point of that star. And then I want to use my space bar to highlight my nodes. Your handles allow you to just kind of manipulate the line segment so you can make it curvy and pretty. And then if you tap on the space bar again, they'll disappear. So you're ready to draw your next line. And so I'm just going to start tracing around my star and kind of try to make it look like a decent star. This part of it's kind of skinny, so I might want to edit some more. So when you're editing, you can drag and highlight one of these nodes, and then you could stretch it out. You could make it a little longer. And if I highlight two at the same time, let me show you what happens. They're going to move together. So everywhere this one moves, that one's going to move. So, all right. So now I'm going to go into Optimize and show you what I've drawn so far. Now that I'm going in and looking at it, well, I'll go in and straighten out this one, and I think we're pretty good. And I think I'm going to move this portion right here. I'm going to move this over just a little bit, and I'm going to straighten this one out. And I think I'll have a pretty good star. Now I'm going to continue on. So I'm going to tap on Draw, then I'm going to tap on my spline again, and I'm going to continue on drawing my design. Tap on my space bar and manipulate it, and then I'm just going to keep going. The red dots are what we call nodes, and the little squares are called handles. And they are the start point and the end point of your line segment, okay? So I tapped with my little cursor right here where I stopped, and I dragged it over to the next section. I use my space bar to show my handles. Click on it, and then I'm going to pull to make my curve. It does take practice and jumping in and trying it. I'm going to optimize again. Hey, not too bad. It looks really cute. I'm just going to keep going because I'm okay with that star. So I'm going to tap on my Draw again. There's so many different ways to quilt. Why not explore all those opportunities that are out there and learn new techniques? I want you all as Grace quilters, no matter what frame you have or machine, to just embrace all art forms because that's how you will become more well-rounded and find your groove and what you like. So up here in the background, it says fade. So that allows you to fade your background, and you have to click on it a few times, but it's going to fade it so you can see what I'm drawing much better. And so I'm going to fade just maybe one more time. Now you can really see what I'm drawing. All right, that looks pretty good, and I'm just going to keep on drawing. Okay, so every time I do a star, we're going to go into the Optimize and see what it looks like. It's not too bad. You can see my design's looking pretty good. And now I'm going to zoom out so I can see my design. Now I'm going to come up here to edit. I want to select all my nodes, okay? And now I'm going to click over here. There's a rotate button, and I want to rotate it. We're going to save our pattern. So I'm just going to come in here, and I'm just going to tap in the file folder icon here, this name. And then your little keyboard will pop up, and you can do webinar wonky star. Okay, that rhymed, and I didn't even intend that to rhyme. Then you want to click on enter, and now once the name is in this little bar space here, then you can click on save, and your design is saved. And we are going to take and unplug everything, and I'm going to bring it up here and then plug it in. So I'm going to find my design that I saved. I'm going to pick my webinar wonky star, and I'm going to, once the blue boxes surrounded it, that after I've tapped on it, we can tap on open right here at the bottom right, and it's going to import it. And it looks pretty good. It's kind of cute. So anyway, I'm just going to use what I call my 4-point placement. I want 4-point because I want it to stay in the area that I'm quilting. So I'm going to come over here, and it doesn't matter what order that you place your design onto your quilt. So I'm going to come up here to my top left corner of this section here. So I'm going to tap on this note here and see how it's shifted it over to where my needle is on my machine. I'm going to come down and do my bottom left. Now notice that it doesn't matter, again, it doesn't matter how you place it. You can change your mind and think, I didn't place it correctly, and go back over it, and it looks pretty good. So now I'm ready to quilt it. I placed it on my little block here, and I'm ready to tap on quilt. So now it's connecting. You can see that the screen on my machine now says quilt motion. Once your screen says quilt motion, you no longer can use the buttons on your machine. Now, I have a little trim line. So I'm going to go up into optimize right here, okay? See this little break in my pattern? It's a little trim line where it's not connected. So what I'm going to tap on is remove all. And it's going to ask me if I want to connect my first and last points. No, I don't want to, because I don't want a line sewn from my start to my stop. So I'm going to say no and see how it took that away. So now I have a continuous line design. And I want to tap on OK. And so now I don't have any breaks in my design. And I can move over here to where I think it's going to start sewing. And you have two options. You can open your toolbox, and you can use the single stitch there, okay? Or, get out of the toolbox, you can use the single stitch at the top of your screen, and if you will hold on to the tail of your thread, as you move the machine backwards or forwards, it's gonna pull up your bobbin thread. And then you can tap on sew. It's gonna do some tie-offs. And now it's going to engage and start quilting my design. It's a little slow, I'm sorry, we should have turned the speed up. That's okay. Sometimes slow mode is how I feel. You know, overall, it's not bad for a quick, little, fast design. There we go. Thanks for looking at this and watching it, and I'll see you next week. Bye.